Hey everybody, Colin Wilson with the Action Network here to bring our round robin, our weekly Moneyline round robin. 7 teams bet by twos and threes for college football week 10. We got some big ones at the end of this. So let's get started with our boat anchor. We're going to start with Colorado State, who is now a rush dominant team, looking to stay undefeated in the Mountain West, going up against Nevada. That is the best place to attack Nevada, is on the ground and not through the air. Let's use Colorado State as a small favorite as our anchor for our round robins of twos and threes. Minus 130 is the number there on the Rams. Next, let's go to stay on the West Coast. Washington is going to host USC. Who's the number one pass defense in the country? That would be Washington. USC likes to throw 60% of the time. They're just not going to be able to get any traction in this game whatsoever. Plus, look out for that Huskies rush attack to take advantage of a softer USC front seven. Plus 115 is the number on Washington. Moving on, let's go to the SEC. The biggest game of the evening on week 10 is going to be South Carolina hosting Texas A&M. We're going to roll with the Gamecocks at plus 130 here. You cannot run against this South Carolina defense. They have been fantastic against RPO quarterbacks. If you look at some of the guys that they've faced recently, Jalen Milroe was held within the pocket. Jackson Dart was not allowed to use outside zone. They have a history of locking up RPO quarterbacks and making them submit. This is a tough stretch for Texas A&M, especially after a primetime victory against LSU last week. Let's take the Gamecocks plus 130. Next, the biggest game of the day is going to be Penn State hosting Ohio State. Ohio State's defense is going to have to figure out a two-quarterback system that offensive coordinator Andy Kotelnicki is going to put down on the Buckeyes. You can expect to see Bo Prabula get plenty of RPO action, while Drew Aller, if healthy, will come in and try to torch up the secondary of Ohio State. But the most important thing is the Buckeyes' offensive line. Plenty of injuries here that they've got to kick out their left guard to left tackle. It is not a good situation for the rushing attempts or for the pass protection of Will Howard. Let's roll with Penn State plus 140. All right, three big ones to round us up. We're going to go with Rice taking on Navy plus 315. Think they can get the upset here after firing head coach Mike Bloomgren. They did keep around their special teams coach as an interim. A lot of six-year seniors on this roster that are going to continue to perform hard. A backdoor covering effort last week. Expect them to show up against a Navy triple here. Rice has already seen the triple with Army so far this year. Shouldn't be that much big of adjustment from a defensive side. Rice plus 315. Next, Michigan and Oregon. Yeah, we're going to take the Wolverines 5-1 at home to upset the number one team in the nation. If you go ahead and look at what Oregon is on defense, they are elite at pass rush. They are elite in the secondary and stopping the pass. That's not what's coming from Michigan this week. Alex Orji and Khalil Mullings are going to run zone read concepts. That's going to get them into scoring position and eventually take advantage of an Oregon defense that has been a little weak in scoring opportunities. On the other side of the ball, I'm throwing out Dylan Gabriel's numbers from the last couple of weeks. He's had 8 pressures in the last 2 games. He hasn't seen anybody get hands in his face, and that's going to change against a Wolverines defense that is number 1 nationally in pass rush. So Michigan 5-1, and then finally the biggest upset of the weekend, Air Force versus Army. 11-1. Air Force has been dreadful this year, but they are a triple option team, and they are facing a team that also runs the triple, which means their defense will be well prepared. Plenty of numbers in the Army model that say it's a bit of a fraud by how bad they've been beating teams. Air Force we're going to roll with at home in this series, 11-1 on the money line inside of our 7-team money line underdog parlay. Let's review our teams again. Colorado State minus 130, Washington plus 115, South Carolina plus 130, Penn State plus 140, Rice plus 315, Michigan 5-1, and Air Force 11-1 caps up probably our longest long shot dogs we've ever put in this segment. All right, that does it for our round robin parlay. Good luck in week 10.